Most of Danish society agreed that defense could not be ignored, especially because Denmark was right next to Germany, which in 1871 had become an empire. The more Germany militarized, the more important it was to demonstrate that a neutral Denmark would neither be hostile to Germany nor leave its territory defenseless against Germany's adversaries. Important domestic reforms also followed. In 1915, the Danish Constitution was revised in a liberal spirit. Suffrage was granted to women, servants, and tenant farmers. The voting age was lowered to 25 years, proportional representation was introduced, and property qualifications were abolished. Norway had experienced even more rapid industrial development in the years 1905 to 14, and by the beginning of World War I, its merchant fleet was the fourth largest in the world. Norway had also continued its tradition of liberal politics, especially as the influence of the Social Democrats grew. In 1907 and 1913, suffrage reforms granted women the right to vote. Other reforms of the period included labor laws protecting women and children, accident insurance for seafaring men, health insurance, a 10-hour workday, and 48-hour work week. In Sweden, suffrage had become a central political issue even before the dissolution of the Union in 1905. The introduction of universal conscription in 1901 had given a further impetus to democratization, and the liberal government of Prime Minister Karl Staaff, appointed in 1905, made the extension of voter rights its priority. Universal male suffrage was put in place for the first time for the 1911 elections to the Second Chamber of Parliament, where liberals once again emerged victorious. Another central political issue in Sweden was national defense. The liberals had won the elections with promises to limit military spending and reduce the armed forces, so Staaff was reluctant to increase defense expenditure, even in 1913 and 1914, when the danger of war had become palpable. King Gustav V, who had ascended to the throne in 1907, took a different view and organized a remarkable political intervention to gain public support against Staaff. In early 1914, about 30,000 farmers from all parts of Sweden marched to the royal palace in Stockholm, where the king gave a rousing pro-defense speech. This led to a crisis of government. After lengthy negotiations, the king appointed a new right-wing cabinet under Prime Minister Hjalmar Hammarskjöld, 1862 to 1953. The crisis could have been fatal for the Swedish monarchy if it had not been for the fact that World War I broke out just a few months later, proving that Gustav V had judged the situation more accurately than Staaff.